Got all this in? Hey, all right, so here we are at the Revv booth at NAMM 2022. So let's go see what they have on display today. Follow me. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Jared from Tone Wars here to shoot some stuff for you guys. All right, looks like they got the Revv generators, Mark III's over here. It's cool because they got the headphone jacks on them and people are able to plug into them and check them out and not have to deal with all the noise here, so that's freaking cool. Let's see what else they got over here. They got their pedals on display. Kyle!
Hey, Jared, in real life of Tone Wars? No fucking way!
What's going on?
It's good to see you in person finally, right?
Oh yeah, finally we get to meet. That's Carrie there behind the camera.
Carrie, nice to meet you. Oh man, are we live?
Yeah, we're not live. We're filming.
We're tracking? Okay.
Yeah, we're tracking.
We're walking through all the stuff?
Yep, we're walking through all the stuff.
Hell yeah. What's the coolest thing you've seen at the show so far?
Well, we just got here, and the first thing we went to was the Ernie Ball booth.
Okay.
So the
new
Ernie Ball
thing?
Yeah.
Was it cool?
It's cool. I wanna play it to really check it out.
You're a big Ernie Ball guy.
I love Ernie Ball.
Majesties?
Yeah. Yep. I love Ernie Ball. I love the new Majesties, especially the natural wood-looking ones. Freaking badass. I want to try one of those out. And the new, the JPs, the JP15 kind of looking guitars. I like those as well. We saw the Cutlass, which is the
Super Strat.
Yeah, man.
I'm a big Valentine guy.
Oh,
I like the Valentine. It sounds great.
Yeah, nice.
I like some companies have really nailed a Telly bridge pickup sound without a Telly bridge.
Oh, okay.
And that's one of them, like, because they have a trem model and it still sounds very Telecaster. Which,
sweet.
You know, you shred and stuff. I play like dumb pop music.
That's cool though. I've seen the stuff you did, and I actually like that song you put out. I listened to it on what's that app?
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You know how hard it is because you do this to wear every hat, right? So,
yeah.
And I've been in bands to put out music before. I've done session work in the studio before.
Yeah.
I've written acoustic solo songs before, but sitting down yourself, like, I am playing every instrument. I'm learning to mix. I'm learning to record. It is so hard to simultaneously do all of that, which you obviously know.
Oh, it's so difficult, man.
So that was my first big, like, I did it. I played everything, I wrote everything, and it sounded okay.
Look,
so maybe I can keep going.
No, exactly. I mean, it's a lot of work, you know. But that's the thing nowadays with all the DIY stuff, all of us musicians do. We have to wear 30 hats to do one song.
The dumbest thing is the same person playing and pressing record. We shouldn't have to do that.
Oh, I know.
But we figured it out. Yeah, right?
We figured it out, exactly. Well, hey, let's go through all your stuff.
Can you hear me right now? Is this gonna work? That's good for two people?
Yeah, so I'll move it around. But she's wearing one too. So,
cool.
So let's go ahead and go over your pedals and stuff like that.
All of them or the new one?
Let's do all of them.
Cool. And you have a 120 for the studio.
Yes,
right?
The Mark III.
Okay, so now I know how to frame that. So you know all these, they're color coded. It's easy, even for someone like me. So we got green, crunch. So you always play from a metal perspective. What do you use the green channel for within your music?
Well, the green would be like edge of breakup, or like if I want to do some moody little like breakdown, where I want to do some cool like fills and
like a little solo-y thing on top of a clean part.
Yeah, something moody, kind of like I said, like a breakdown, where it's like, all right, the dynamics have dropped in the song, so now I can just put some moody stuff in there, and then pick it back up with like the purple or the red channel, and like drive it hard and bring it home.
The cool thing about the G2, well, it was a struggle for us because it's green, because the LED on the amp is green, and everybody assumes it's a tube screamer. That was a big marketing challenge for us. But so it has the 3 modes like the other pedals do.
Okay.
And that wasn't on the amp before. You have a Mark III with the 3 modes.
Yeah.
Normally we take the amp and we turn it into pedals. Everybody liked this switch on the pedals so much. Now the amp has 3 modes on 3.
Interesting.
Which you've experienced on your amp.
It's a great classic rock channel too.
Right.
It's freaking perfect.
It has way more gain than you think. You can straight up Van Halen on that, and I've seen you beginning your Van Halen journey.
I know.
And I'm the biggest Van Halen fan on earth. I'm so proud. But you're really nailing it, to be honest.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm getting there.
And then purple, which is like the drier, tighter. It's funny. we always like hang our hat on all our circuits are original. Like they're not a clone of anything. That's just how Dan Trudeau, our designer, is. But everybody wants a comparison, right? So I would say, and let me know if I'm right or not, I always say that the drier, tighter purple channel is more like 5150 Soldano or Mark series. And then the red, super fat, saturated, I say is more like Ubershaw, Recto, like for a loose point of reference. Do you think that's accurate?
But with the better voicing than some of those amps. I like the voicing because here's the thing, Ubershaw, all respect to all those brands, I think they're great, but I prefer the voicing. If you're going to compare the red to an Ubershaw, I prefer the voicing on your red channel because it's fatter, thicker, and it has a wider spectrum of frequencies.
Or string separation still, even though a lot of gain on that red channel.
A lot of gain, and it's fat as hell. I mean, like you fed the thing Christmas dinner before you send it out to everybody. I mean, it's insane. And then the dryer, I like the fact that you have the dryness on the purple channel, but which gives you that EVH, a little bit of dryness.
I'm Mr. Brown sound, and I'm like, I'm all purple. I want dry, tight, mid, string. I want to hear the string pick attack, and that's my kind of thing.
Exactly, but you still have enough juice in there to have, I always call it grease, a little bit of grease. You know what I mean? To give you that
a lot of things sound the same, like, well, not the same, the sound similar to that. They execute that sound, but very difficult to play under the fingers, right? And this is the right mix for me personally.
Gotcha. Yeah, it works really good. I like the purple channel on my Mark III more than I liked it on my buddy's Mark II.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you add a little more gain and a little more grease to it, in my opinion.
They were more separated on the Mark II. The Mark II red was like, this is the fat one. And the Mark II purple was like, this is the dry one. We tried to have a little more overlap so you get more grease. Like
exactly.
You said, on the purple.
That's why I like the purple more. So that makes sense. So now let's talk about the G8 and the Tilt Overdrive, which I want to try.
I remember sending you a G8 to check out, and I just wanted to know what you thought, and you were like, this is going on my board.
Yeah.
What do you like? So my favorite gate before the G8 was I was a decimator guy. I like the mini decimator especially. What were you using before, and what was like the advantage of the G8 to you?
Well, you sent it to me at the perfect time because I was using my Helix, which is amazing.
The built-in gate.
The built-in gates on my Helix, but then I switched from that to all pedals on my pedal board. And what that did for me was allowed me to do more pedal demos. And I mean, pedals rule, right?
Yeah.
I mean, who wants to try new pedals? So
it's fun. It's dangerous.
Exactly.
They're $100 at a time instead of $2,000.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a lot more fun. So the thing is, though, is it was almost like you're reading my mail because you sent me that, and I put it on, and I have tried other pedals, but that is so flexible. All I have to do is get these two top knobs right here where I want them, and then adjust with the threshold, and I'm good.
You use the hold knob too. A lot of people just leave it off. How do you tend to use the hold?
Well, I use it about right there. You know, I mean.
So you can leave it on during solos?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I get you.
Yep. So what I like about it is I can literally use this during solos. And sometimes I might have to make an adjustment, or I put it on the front of my board, so in case I want some major sustain, I can turn it off real quick. But every once in a while you get caught, you know, and it all depends on the amps and the volume. But I feel like the pedal's very flexible, and I love it. And hooking it up in 4-cable method is the way to go. I mean, you're paying for 4-cable method when you buy this, so use it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you need to isolate the different parts of noise you're treating.
Yeah.
So there's guitar noise, there's pedal noise, room noise, amp noise. Yeah, and now you get all of them at once. Exactly. I want, like, even though I play like pop punk and stuff, I want that. It annoys me hum. I really want it quiet. So I still use a gate for all that.
Yep.
And it was nice to have a gate that doesn't feel like I roll off my volume knob a lot, and it doesn't get in the way, which is important to me as a player. Whereas some other people they want like the most balls tight rhythm tone ever, right?
Exactly. No, I get it. I totally get it. So now let's talk about the Tilt Overdrive, which I have yet to play, but I want to.
Okay. So we're going to talk about the intended use of this pedal first, which Shawn Tubbs, if you've never checked out his YouTube channel,
that's awesome.
One of just literally the greatest players on earth. He's been playing since the 80s.
Very good.
Such a rich history. He did stuff with Stone Temple Pilots for a while.
Oh, wow.
He started out at Mesa Hollywood and like selling rigs there and building racks and all that. And now today, he's he's like an A-list, session artist. He always has to have the right tone for the job.
Yeah.
And like I say, all of our circuits are from scratch. And this one, more than ever, was a challenge for Dan because Shawn had all these ideas. He said he didn't want this to be based on any one tone, but just all his favorite old amps he's ever played. So Vox, 50-watt Marshall, 100-watt Marshall, Dumble, Fender, single channel cranked amp noises.
Wow.
Which you're really liking now with Van Halen 1, right? And he's like, I want the ideal combination of all of those things on one Overdrive.
Okay.
So this is designed to have the range to turn it on, to maybe turn your regular amp, you have a Hot Rod Deluxe or something, just a good solid amp.
Yeah.
And then you can have it set really lightly to just give it that chime and that attack and that bloom and sustain like a real vintage amp. Or you can crank it and do Van Halen 1. It's kind of like the maximum intended gain range of that because he loves Van Halen too.
Oh yeah.
And the boost was what was really cool to me. We developed that first when he was like, well, what if we had a boost too? It needs to have a boost to make it the most versatile pedal.
Yeah.
And one thing that I don't know if you've discovered this is that clean boost pedals aren't. They're not clean. Because if you have this clean gain going in, your bass gets out of control, immediately, if it's a really uncolored boost.
Yeah, it gets really, it's really mushy and loud and obnoxious,
Yeah, and that could be cool. You're playing some sweeps, some, doom metal.
Yeah.
That could be cool, but what if you want more gain and more level, but you don't want all that extra bass? That sounds more like an actual clean boost to me. So with the Tilt Overdrive, this Tilt EQ, right about 2 o'clock on the Tilt EQ is neutral-ish.
Okay.
And then as you sweep to the left, the cut on a Vox or whatever, it gets brighter and brighter and brighter. Less bass, more treble.
Okay.
On a Tilt, it tilts the whole thing.
Gotcha.
Then there's a little bit of range too, past 2 o'clock, where it gets fatter. We wanted most of the range to be on the brighter side because we figured that's what most people are using it for.
Got you.
And then it's a lot of level. I think it's 18. You can go check our website. I think it's 18 decibels. But and then there's a 3-position tight switch for normal, no extra low end roll off, half, which I believe is 6 decibel shelf on the bottom. And then I believe full is a 12 decibel shelf.
Oh wow, you're really cutting it. So for those big fat flubby amps, you can...
Which is cool because he uses that to add chime to his cleans, Mr. Session Guy, all that. But this into a gainy amp is absurd because I always wanted a tighter sound on my amp. But a lot of the kind of amps I play already have a lot of mids. So if you put a normal tube screamer, you get that through your nose boxy sound, and it's that's not what I'm going for. This will leave your tone the way you like it, but then just give you a bunch more boost and tighter, and that is sort of the perspective for a metal guy, I think, where this would be really valuable.
So less coloration, more of what we want. Because we buy the amp because we love how it sounds, but we want to enhance the performance of the amp, not the sound of the amp.
And a little bit. Shawn was adamant. He wanted you to know the boost was on, that it was doing something. So even at that 2 o'clock position, it's not 100% dead neutral. This isn't a center detent, start from there, active tone pot thing. It'll give you a little bit of color, but I really like that sheen, that record ready, top end, that air right on top.
Sits in a
really
mix,
helpful.
cuts just right. Got you. No, I like that. I can't wait to try one of those out. That's awesome. And he signs them too, huh?
Yeah, so that's laser etched, but actually, if there's any left, he has a personal store where he hand signed a couple hundred of them.
Really?
And some of them, we're pretty close to launch, might still be available, I don't know.
Sweet, man.
Yeah, we got the laser etch on all of them. He loves bikes, we have a sick motorcycle graphic on there.
Cool.
Yeah, we spent a year on it. It was very fulfilling for it to finally come out.
It's nice that you spent that much time. When people spend what some people would consider too much time on a product, that means they went over every nth degree. They split hairs that have already been split 3 times, you know what I mean? So it's nice when you know you put that much in.
Shawn knows what he wants, and Dan knows everything has to be perfect. He's like an obsessive compulsive. I mean, just listen to the Purple channel. There's all that bass, but there's none of the flub. He really has it dialed in. So
and
this was COVID era too. So they were flying back and forth when they could across the border to do revisions and mailing them back and forth when they couldn't. We were at Blackbird Studios in Nashville a couple months ago, really close to launch. Still doing final testing with big session artists. We invited everybody to come by the studio, give their input on it, and not only how to get the tone right, but we wanted to present it properly too. Like, how do we explain to people what this is, how it could improve your life, you know? Because for me, guitar, I'm all about workflow. Like, being creative and having good tone are unfortunately two separate skill sets. So if I'm in the zone to write and do something cool, I want my tone right away.
Yeah.
And you can see like all the different use cases for this pedal immediately.
Oh yeah,
like,
there's a lot of flexibility there.
Like into a high gain amp, you could have this always on for like your tightening, and then this could be your solo boost too, because it can be set a little cleaner. So you could do that from
get
your
a little
perspective
more juice.
as well. Or say that you're an all pedal gain guy, maybe this is your always on, you get your jangly edge of breakup tone, roll off your volume for clean, boost for solos. We just wanted it to like make people able to make music quickly.
Nice. That's awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, man, that looks like a badass pedal. I really want to try one of those. And so, I mean, these are available when?
Oh, immediately.
Immediately.
They're out right now. You can buy
Right
one
now.
whenever you're watching this. Right now, it's out there.
So as you're watching this, as soon as you finish this video, order one of these, because it does sound like a very, very good pedal. And Revv does make great stuff. I own a couple of their products. I got the Mark III Revv generator, and I also have the Revv gate, and they're both awesome. So, well, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Thanks, Kyle, for being here. And please subscribe to the channel, and don't miss out on any of the videos that we're doing here at NAMM.
Ring the bell so you get all the notifications.
Exactly, and ring that bell, man. All right, I got a lot of great stuff coming up. I'll see you on the next one.